Have you ever wondered why the backyards of millionaire gardeners feel like stepping into a lush, self-sustaining Eden, while most of ours resemble bland, thirsty lawns? Today, we're sneaking inside one such opulent oasis to uncover 15 forgotten design tricks you can steal. Simple, historical gems that promise to transform your space into a vibrant haven. No trust fund needed. Number 15. Cold frames. These low, slanted boxes, topped with salvaged glass or old windows, once huddled against sunny walls in early American homesteads, trapping sunlight to nurture tender greens through biting winters. Gardeners built them from scrap wood and repurposed panes, creating mini greenhouses that extended harvests from early spring to late fall without a drop of electricity. They vanished as supermarkets flooded shelves with year-round produce and heated greenhouses became the norm, pushed aside by our rush for convenience. Yet, losing them robbed us of that crisp, earthy scent of fresh lettuce in February, a tragic oversight when they could slash your grocery bills and reconnect you to the soil's quiet rhythm. You'd never guess, but one millionaire I know swears his cold frames yield salad greens sweeter than any store-bought bunch. Number 14. Bean teepees. Picture tall poles lashed together like a rustic tent, with scarlet runner beans spiraling up to form a shady hideout bursting with dangling pods. In pioneer backyards, families planted these as dual-purpose wonders, play forts for kids and vertical gardens for climbing veggies, maximizing space in modest plots. They faded with the rise of plastic playgrounds and prepackaged snacks, as industrial farming made home growing seem outdated. The irony stings. We've traded the giggling echoes of children harvesting fresh beans, crisp snaps and juicy bursts, for sterile swings, losing a sensory playground that nourished body and imagination alike. Number 13. Victory gardens. During World War II, these patchwork plots of veggies and herbs sprouted in every available urban nook, from rooftops to vacant lots, feeding families with home-canned tomatoes that tasted of sun-warmed earth. Americans grew 40% of the nation's produce this way, swapping surpluses with neighbors in a communal dance of resilience. Post-war prosperity and commercial agriculture buried them under manicured lawns, as convenience foods erased the need for dirty hands. What an outrage! We've forfeited that tangy bite of pickled beets from our own soil, a loss that dims our self-reliance in an age of fragile supply chains. Surprisingly, this millionaire's sprawling victory-inspired beds produce enough to host lavish farm-to-table dinners for his elite friends. Number 12. Rhubarb patches. These hardy perennials with ruby-red stalks thrived in shady corners of colonial gardens, their broad leaves rustling like whispers as families harvested for tart pies that filled kitchens with spicy, sweet aromas. Passed down like heirlooms, they required little fuss, returning year after year with minimal water or weeding. Modern trends toward flashy annuals and low-maintenance turf grass overshadowed them, as marketing pushed exotic fruits over humble staples. Tragically, we've lost that puckering crunch of fresh rhubarb compote, a nostalgic tie to simpler times when gardens whispered stories of endurance. One quirky fact: rhubarb's toxic leaves were once used as natural pest deterrents, a clever hack this gardener still employs. Number 11. Companion planting. Ancient Native American wisdom grouped corn, beans, and squash in harmonious trios, the Three Sisters, where tall stalks supported climbers, nitrogen-fixing roots enriched the dirt, and sprawling leaves smothered weeds in a fragrant, intertwined embrace. Early settlers adopted this, blending marigold's peppery scent to repel bugs without chemicals. Synthetic fertilizers and monoculture farms displaced it, as agribusiness prioritized uniformity over nature's clever balance. The outrage bubbles up. We've sacrificed soil that's alive with microbial hum, trading vibrant, pest-resistant harvests for bland, sprayed produce that lacks the depth of flavor from symbiotic growth. Number 10. Root cellars. Dug into hillsides or basements, these cool, damp vaults stored bushels of potatoes. And carrots in layered sand, their musty air preserving crisp textures through long winters without a hum of refrigeration. Homesteaders treated them as living pantries, venting air to keep apples firm and roots hydrated in pre-electric eras. Refrigerators and global shipping rendered them obsolete, burying them under forgotten earth as we embraced energy-guzzling appliances. Yet, we've lost that satisfying thud of unearthing a perfect carrot in March, a profound tragedy in our wasteful world where these sellers could cut food spoilage and electric bills effortlessly. This millionaire's custom root cellar, lined with antique shelves, holds vintages of home-preserved jams that rival fine wines. Number 9. Grape arbors. Wooden lattices arched between house and garden, draped in twisting vines that dangled clusters of dusty purple grapes, their juicy pop releasing wine-like sweetness under summer sun. In old American estates, they served as shaded walkways, maturing over years to yield jelly, juice, and family gatherings. Suburban sprawl and instant gratification landscaping pruned them away, favoring quick sod over patient perennials. The irony cuts deep. We've forsaken the cool, leafy tunnels that whispered secrets of legacy, losing intergenerational harvests in favor of barren patios. You'd be amazed. Some arbors from the 1800s still fruit today, a testament this gardener honors in his vineyard-like backyard. Number 8. Asparagus beds. Permanent sunny plots enriched with aged manure cradled fern-like crowns, erupting in tender spears each spring with a snappy, grassy freshness that melted on the tongue. Viewed as investments for future generations, these beds dotted 19th-century farms, undisturbed for decades. Fast food culture and annual veggies supplanted them as patience gave way to pre-cut convenience. What a quiet outrage. We've erased the ritual of snapping those first shoots, a sensory rite that bound families to the land's patient bounty. Number 7. Ola irrigation. Unglazed clay pots buried neck-deep beside crops slowly seeped water through porous walls, delivering moisture only as roots thirsted, in a silent, efficient drip that evoked desert oases. Native Americans and ancient civilizations honed this for arid lands, conserving precious drops in cornfields. Modern sprinklers and timers drowned it out, despite its superior thrift. Tragically, we've wasted rivers of water on evaporation while forgetting this earthy whisper of sustainability, a loss that parches our connection to resourceful ancestors. Surprisingly, studies show olives save 70% more water than hoses, a trick this elite gardener uses to maintain his drought-proof paradise. Number 6. Cloches. Bell-shaped glass or ceramic domes shielded seedlings like fragile jewels, trapping warmth and fending off frost with a dewy greenhouse glow. French-inspired but American-adapted, gardeners improvised with jars to coax early tomatoes in unpredictable springs. Plastic tunnels and commercial greenhouses eclipsed them, as mass production favored scale over intimacy. The value we've lost? That intimate thrill of lifting a cloche to reveal vibrant greens, a nostalgic magic in our sterile, climate-controlled world. Number 5. Compost tea brewing. Buckets of comfrey leaves or fish scraps fermented in water, bubbling with microbial life to create a pungent, nutrient-packed elixir sprayed on leaves for explosive growth. Old-timers brewed custom blends in garden corners, tailoring potions to boost blooms or roots. Bottled fertilizers bottled up this tradition as convenience trumped homemade alchemy. Outrage simmers, we've traded soil teeming with life, rich, loamy scents rising after application, for chemical sterility, losing gardens that heal themselves. Number 4. Onion braiding. Dried stalks woven into long ropes hung from rafters, their papery skins rustling as bulbs aired in kitchen warmth, preserving sharp caramel-sweet layers for months. Rural families turned harvests into decorative storage, spotting spoilage at a glance. Plastic crates in supermarkets unraveled this craft, deeming it too folksy. Yet, we've forfeited that braided beauty, a tragic fate of functional art that scented homes with promise. Number 3. Strawberry patches. Heritage runners sprawled into dense mats, yielding tiny berries exploding with sun-kissed tang, foraged by bare feet in dewy mornings. Pre-commercial backyards let them colonize freely, self-propagating sweetness. Uniform, shelf-stable hybrids tamed them, prioritizing size over flavor. The irony? We've lost the wild joy of berry-stained fingers, a sensory heritage in our flavorless era. Number 2. Herb drying. Bundles of thyme and sage dangled upside down in attics, their volatile oils concentrating into potent, woody aromas that infused winter stews. Colonial settlers timed harvests for peak potency, preserving medicine and spice without waste. Dehydrators and spice jars dried up this ritual as speed overtook savor. Tragically, we've dimmed summer's essence, losing herbs that hummed with history. Number 1. Garden sharing traditions. Neighbors exchanged seeds and surpluses porch to porch, weaving communities with shared zucchini and whispered tips in a fragrant swap of abundance. Early America thrived on this, preserving heirlooms through hands and hearts. Individualism and seed catalogs severed these ties, isolating our plots. What an outrage! We've lost the warm buzz of communal harvests, a profound disconnection from the land's generous spirit. These forgotten tricks aren't just relics. They echo a broader cultural shift from self-sufficient, soul-nourishing backyards to sterile, consumer-driven spaces, driven by post-war industrialization that prioritized profit over the Earth's quiet wisdom. In our millionaire's garden, they blend luxury with legacy, proving opulence lies in revival, not excess. As we chase modern minimalism, we've outraged our roots, but reclaiming them could heal our fragmented world. If this peek into elite gardening sparked your curiosity, hit subscribe for more hidden hacks. Next up, we'll explore forgotten orchard secrets that could turn your yard into a fruit-filled fortune. What trick will you steal first? Drop it in the comments.